welcome to the channel. In this video, I will be doing a weekly forecast on the crypto market, on the pairs that I'm going to be looking at, and just kind of going over their price action in higher time frames to try and get an idea where price wants to go, or at least can potentially go, and how we can capitalize them throughout the week. Okay, if you're new to my channel, every day I do a technical analysis on crypto pairs. So if that's something that you're interested in, smash the like button. It helps us with the algorithms. We're a small channel, and definitely subscribe if you're new, because this team is taking off, and I know you don't wanna miss this moon bag. So let's hop into the charts. First of all, I should say that also this is not investment advice. This is just me talking my thoughts to you guys. If it could help anybody, if anyone's need some clarity on the way charts are forming, etc., do your own research, right? But first we're gonna start off with BNB. Okay, so if we look on the weekly of BNB, right, we see last week we closed pretty bullish, right? Really bullish. After price has bounced off support, so you see price finding some support here, right? So price tested recent support, if you want to talk with the lows of the lows. And then we pushed, we wicked, bulls pushed it up. Following week after this candle, price tried to put, well, it pushed down, but bulls came back in, proving that this support is pretty strong. And then the next week, which was last week, price closed bullishly, engulfing the price action to the left and closed above this level, right? Now this week we had some strong pushes right out the gate. Last week Monday was pretty strong, and this week Monday was pretty strong because it's still Sunday. And so, but the bears came back in and pushed it down, right? That I wasn't surprised of, because if you look on the daily, we are in a downtrend, right? It's such a beautiful flow of price action. BNB just, it flows nicely, right? But we are in a downtrend, and if you guys don't know how to identify a downtrend, hey, let me show you quickly how to do that, right? So essentially, we were in an uptrend, right? Because we had a high, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, right? And this was a higher low as well. Well, depends on who's calling, right? Some person may call this a higher low, okay? And essentially, it is, because price came down very lowly and found support and pushed up. But after that occurred, price failed to break above this resistance, not really creating a lower high, but not creating a higher high neither, right? And then price broke below that low, that recent higher low, most recent higher low, and formed a lower low, and thus created a new lower high. And from this point on, that's when we became in a downtrend, right? And after that, as you can see, price continued to make consecutive lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Okay, so that's how we are in a downtrend. Okay, so the knowledge of knowing that we were in a downtrend, if you follow my videos, you know what I'm about to say. After we found this low, after we made this lower low, we came down, tested lows, kind of making a double bottom up out of here, found support essentially, and pushed. And this push was that push that we saw on Monday of this week. And that push essentially allowed us to create a new lower high, right? And after new lower highs are made, price then comes and make a lower low, right? That's just the healthy trend, the flow of a market, of a trending market. But where we're at right now is, the trend is definitely still bearish, right? But it's showing some potential in bullish activity that can form, which can probably be the start of the break of the downtrend to the upside, right? And those possibilities are the fact that you see I was able to draw almost like a line across here, and you can see that price respected this level at different instances. This level acted as resistance, and right now, depending on how this daily candle closes, this could potentially act as support, okay? And if that occurs and price were to push up out of here, right, that means price has just recently formed a higher low, okay? And remember from my explanation over here, higher lows are characteristics of an uptrend, okay? So with that being formed, the next level to pay attention to is right here at the next lower high, the most recent lower high, okay? And if price were to break above there, yeah, that's an even better sign for buyers or bulls, right? So, but that doesn't mean we're in an uptrend yet, okay? Because price can still respect this and die, right? But if you're a buyer, what you would need to see and what you would wait for then is price to find some support after on this resistance and then push up. Okay, if you see price do something like this, when it basically has found its support and created two consecutive, basically created a higher low after breaking above the most recent lower highs, price has successfully transitioned to an uptrend, right? But that's what can occur if, depending on how today's candle closes, not what can occur, but that requires some price action, some structure breaking to occur. So essentially, if bulls were, let's say this week closes bullishly, not bullishly, but this week were to break trend, if this week was to break structure, that's what we need to see. But if today's daily candle closed bullishly today, right, I can see possibly us starting to at least come up to this level right here, okay? Especially if the day's candle closes above this candle, putting in a bullish reversal signal, which is known as a morning star, okay? And then the 4 hour basically kind of backs that up, right? But now if price breaks below here, then yeah, I'm looking for the continuation of the overall trend. And to be fair, that's more of the safer play, in my opinion, because that's just the trend that we're on. The overall trend is a downtrend. It hasn't broken. We're at resistance, right? But notice I said for the buys to possibly play out, you would need to see price closing bullishly in today's price act. Basically you need to see price respecting this support, or this support zone. Okay, now let's do FTM. So for FTM, hop on the daily. I'm gonna try to be a bit quicker than I was doing BNB just now. So as you can see on the weekly right now the weekly of FTM is bearish. Like, check out that candle. Holy. If in 8 hours this candle closes like this, I'm definitely more bearish on FTM than I would be bullish. Okay, because after seeing this strong bearish momentum, after price tried to push up above here, and to be fair, we are still in the zone, but then I can at least see price pushing, even though I guess this is a small analysis, but I can see price pushing back to this zone here, this support, at least doing that, right? Just because of this bearish momentum. And if we can do that, let's go on the daily, right? That would allow price to probably really put some pressure on this support. And yeah, so if on the weekly right now, if on the daily is in a downtrend, as you can see right now on the daily, we are in a downtrend, and that's signified by the lower highs and the lower low. Okay, and so what price needs to do right now, if we're gonna go lower, is first and foremost it needs to break the support right here. Okay, and the break would need to be, I would need to see a break of it, right? And then price doing some pullback, some retracement, and then whenever it finds resistance and prints a bearish entry signal, we on that, right? We're taking that to the downside, because and if price does do something like this, I can see it coming to level like around here personally. It's just because that's the next zone, clean traffic to the left. That's the next support. That's the next structure. You feel me? So that's where I see price heading. I think price has a higher probability of doing this, right? Or at least some variation of this, maybe not the full move, but at least breaking the support, right? Just from how the weekly looks. But if let's say price does go bullish, you need to see, like, you know, I would still only probably be expecting price, if it does go bullish, to come up to the top of the zone here. I don't think, unless there's some big catalyst that comes up for FTM, I don't really see price doing anything immense on the bullish side, just because how the weekly candle look. Okay, but if we get, like I say, if we were to just daily candle start the trend upwards, then yeah. But I wouldn't be buying this pair. Same reason, and you can even say I wouldn't be selling this pair unless I see it break above the structure, this break out of this sideways consolidation range that it's currently in, like something in here. Okay, now to be fair, this is a daily range, right? So on the 1 hour, right, you can follow price action beautifully on this 1 hour and still make some solid trades, right? Because as you can see, what happened right here, it was in an uptrend. We noticed the uptrend broke, right about here. Really and truly, it broke from an uptrend to a downtrend right here. You could probably go on a 30-minute and find another sign to be able to find the structure break in this area. But on the 1 hour, the 1 hour down uptrend broke at this level when this higher low was broken and this lower high formed, and then this lower high formed, this lower low formed. So that's how you could come into the lower time frames and still navigate this zone, just from how it looks right now on the price action. So that's FTM. Let's do Solana, and I'm gonna end on Chainlink. So let's go on the daily right quick. So Solana daily. Actually, let's look at the weekly. So on the weekly right now, bearish activity. Basically, price. The thing is, at the beginning of the week, price pushed high and created one of the highest highs, I guess all-time high of this year, because it's still February of 2022 for Solana at 121 after closing really bullishly last week. Okay, and to be fair, I think this week will close similar to this, or we may get a push because it's still 8 hours from now, right? But if price, let's say price does reject and close up above here, I can see next week possibly going higher, because that in my eyes, as I'm thinking of it, is kind of bullish characteristics. You feel me? But obviously we'd have to track it more in the lower time frames and see if price has made a higher low to continue up. We still gotta see. We would have to see that, right? But we can't really give too much information on the weekly because it's 8 hours left. So let's go on the daily. But as you can see, for the past 3 days has been bearish activity after price had pushed up from this low level to create what it seems to be a lower high. Right now, what can occur? Price, even though price is closing bearishly, it's starting to lose momentum. As just going off of yesterday's candle close, didn't really do anything. Doji candle printed, which means it was an equal fight between the bulls and the bears. That doesn't really mean anything, but it's not a bad sign to say price may be finding support, right? We need to see a couple more candles, either a bull closing bullishly and engulfing this candle, right, pushing up high, or just another doji come price start to move sideways, signifying maybe support has been found. And you would track that more in the lower time frame, obviously. But yeah, but since price is in a downtrend, we only could just speculate that it would continue to fall over at least some more, or at least until this level, right? To retest the lows that I was at, maybe double bottoming up out of there, because Solana is an appreciating asset. So I'm just speculating because I have some and I wanted to go higher, but yeah, Solana is a good ecosystem, a good network. So, but that doesn't mean it can't die, right? Chart price does what it wants. So let's look on the 4 hour. So yeah, 4 hour, really a lot of the same what I was seeing on the daily and the weekly. So as you can see, this was the retracement, and we made a strong close to the downside, right? To me, sells right now, a selling opportunity would be price coming, doing this retracement and finding some sort of resistance, and then giving me a bearish signal to the downside. I would take that to at least this level right here, personally. Why? Because my confluences would be, we're in an overall downtrend. Past 3 days has been bearish, and we just broke out of this, creating a lower low out of this uptrend that was at least on the 1 hour, right? And after that, we guys successfully put it in. And then if price was to pull up, retrace, find resistance, give me a bearish entry signal, that means we have successfully formed a lower high, confirming the new downtrend on the 4 hour. So yeah, that's why I would enter that, or at least be hawking that area on the lower time frames to get me a sexy entry. Right? So let's go over Chainlink. Hop on the weekly. Okay, so on the weekly we can see we have a strong bearish close that seems to be pursuing, but we have 8 hours left. A lot can occur. I tell you what, if it does close like this, then yeah, I'm looking for at least some continued bearish momentum to fill this wick, or maybe to down here. Maybe at least test this area and then push up out of there, right? But if price were to push higher and giving us a solid wick like this before it closes, that's a very good sign for a lower low being formed, aka support being formed, and us possibly doing a retracement on the weekly time frame. Okay, and that weekly time frame retracement / pullback would look really bullish on the daily time frame. Okay, and that would probably look like the daily kind of find support at the areas at right now, which seems to be possible. We can't really say that. We can't really confirm or deny that until we see this daily candle close, right? And a good sign of that occurring here from the daily candle would be if the bullish candle right now engulfs this bearish candle, and with a nice probably close up above here, that would be a good sign that support or higher low has formed on the daily. Okay, and if that does occur, then I can see price coming up to at least this level right here, testing previous resistance. But and depending on how strong it is, we could probably make a higher height. Okay, go on the 4 hour. Yep, 4 hour just more of what the daily is showing, and you can see price starting to move to the left, sideways movement, seems to be resistance forming. If we can have a break above here, we could probably push. into there, or maybe find resistance and fall over. Still gotta wait and see. But yep, that's Chainlink price action. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and stick around, stay tuned. If you're new, subscribe, because every day during this week I'll be doing refreshers, kind of updating and tracking the price action on these pairs that they went over, and showing entry opportunities that I'm seeing while watching the candlesticks and the charts. So if that's something that you're interested in, join the team. Let's go.